In a society where temptation is left and right, and most temptations are essentially like poison because they slowly drain your life force, drain your wallet, drain your time. It's important to have practices that reinvigorate your life force to help you out, to add years back onto your life. All right. Welcome to the duality pill. We're facing some auditory issues with the mic, but we're going to be fixing that. Meditation. Meditation is great. Meditation is basically like the practice of silencing your mind, centering yourself, getting into a state of peace. People use meditation to release stress. People use meditation to prepare for rituals. Some people use meditation to fix, or think through certain mental traumas, right? Think about being in a meditative state as like being in like the hyperbolic time chamber. You're Piccolo, you're meditating in the hyperbolic time chamber. That's what meditation is. Meditation is gonna go up in A tier. The reason why it's not in S tier is because I don't think it's gonna make or break your life, but if you utilize it to its fullest extent, it will ascend you, right? Tracking your sleep, I wouldn't say like tracking your sleep is extremely useful. If you get quality sleep, you will know, you will feel it. Tracking your sleep can give you maybe a version of like sleep tracking anxiety, to where now that your subconscious is paying attention to this thing, you're gonna get less of it. Maybe it works the inverse when you get more of it. I don't know. I'm not a genius. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. Reading. There is a lot of there's a lot of really good information in books that for some reason is not like acceptable, is not really SEO friendly, and so it's really harder to find on like the surface web. And so books are a great resource into the past, into previous minds of thinking, and also in depth. Like, really think about a book, bro. It's like hundreds, 200, 300 pages of one person's thoughts on a specific subject versus your average YouTube feed, where, let's take an iceberg video for example. It's like a bunch of interesting topics, but it's like skimming through them so quick. A 10-minute YouTube video is going to be optimized for retention and eyes and so on and so forth, and so it's not really going to go super into. Of course you have videos, essays that like do that, but like a video essay is what it is. A video essays, you read essays. Books are like super long essays, and so people that listen to video essays probably also read anyway. I'm gonna put this one up in S tier. Actually, reading a book can completely alter the course of your reality, bro. Touching grass. I'm gonna put touching grass in A tier. Social skills are a very important thing to develop. For the simple reason that like your work is your network. Let's not only talk about women. Let's discuss other reasons why it's important to develop social skills. Deals, negotiation, analyzing people, getting favorable outcomes with in interactions, mastering the ebb and flow and exchange of energies in relation to like all interactions being vampiric in nature. That is more so what I mean. Also dating too, of course, but that's gonna come in later. Money making. S tier. Money is energy. Energy is power. Money and power is like the ability to get work done. So money is your ability to get work done. That's why like you have people that may not be high IQ, but their money is like a stand-in for their intelligence, since they can get so much things done because of their team. But when you credit somebody, nobody ever talks about employee 404706 in the manufacturing wing of the plant. You know what I mean? They talk about the CEO or the owner. So yes, Money Max. Testosterone maxing. I'm going to put this up in A tier. The reason why I'm not putting it up in S tier is because I am a very I think about the future a lot, and I'm not anti change. I want to say pro optimal, being optimal. What is, how is the optimal male going to change with the future times? You know what I mean? And so testosterone maxing is very useful in the sense of centering you back to what your physiology is and maximizing what your physiology is supposed to be. And so that's extremely useful. Now, when it comes to muscles, a lot of people think more testosterone equal more muscle. No, that's not true. You can look it up yourself. Just don't be lazy, go do it. If I'm wrong, come prove me wrong. I'll debate you in the comments, whatever. But there are a lot of males with that test and they have lower testosterone levels, but they're jacked. There's a lot of males that don't work out at all, but they have super high testosterone levels. And so, to my understanding, testosterone would be going bald, developing beard hair, body hair, deeper voice, being more calm, regulating your emotions better. In those aspects, testosterone maxing is a complete W. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually put it in S tier, actually. Yeah, we upgraded it. Stoicism. Okay. In a landscape where emotions are commoditized, everything is polarizing, it's really easy to get swept up in emotions, and when faced with decisions that you have to make, we make those decisions based off of emotions, and this oftentimes can be a big setback and can hold people back. That's why in a lot of dude spaces they talk about rubbing one out before making a big important decision, so that you are in a more limbo state of thinking. But you could probably get this with consistent stoic thinking. But unfortunately, there are a lot of low IQ males that view stoicism as just being nonchalant and not expressing yourself, and they don't really utilize the more active, beneficial effects of it, right? I'm going to put this in B tier. Journaling. I don't think it's going to make or break your life. It can improve your life in small ways, but I feel like it's more of an organizer. It helps invoke and maintain an energy of organization. You can log ideas, come back to them that you think you would forget, especially if you're neurodivergent like myself. If you can't tell yet, it really helps. If you have ADHD, it really helps. Breath work. It can't hurt, I guess. People say using breath work, you can make yourself naturally high or something. I mean, that's cool, but yeah, learning how to breathe is good. How are you here? Social connections is actually S tier. Okay. Your network is your net worth. Monk mode is not. Okay, what would monk mode like? Reclusing from the world, going into isolation, meditating. I guess so, yeah. Let's put that in A tier. Cold showering is it's really good to develop a don't overthink, just do it practice. And so I'll put cold showering in A tier. It's psychological torture, basically, that is beneficial to you and your skin. Setting goals is like S tier, bro. If you like, setting goals basically organizes your future. Basically, it organizes your future. That's the best way to say it. The gym, S tier, maximize how your body looks. There's a quote by one philosopher, I forget who it was, but he basically says, it is a shame for a man to live his life and not know the beauty and strength of which the body is capable. If you know who came up with that quote, you could just comment it, but that quote is a great quote, resonates with me, because bro, the body is amazing. It's amazing that we can develop in such a symmetrical way, and it looks cool. It's useful. In women, it looks beautiful. It's a signal of health. It's cool. Life is amazing, you guys. Right? Martial arts, bro. It's best for the body to be a weapon. And I'm not training right now. I'm not doing any type of fight training right now, but I really want to get into it. I used to fight all the time, bro, and slap box with the bros and shit like that. So I know how to fight, but I haven't recently got into a specific fighting gym or something like that. But martial arts is great. No FAP. Okay, we're gonna leave no FAP and semen retention for the last. Looks maxing. If you're a genetic lottery pick when it comes to your genes and how you were born, looks maxing matters a lot less. If you're not, like most of us watching this video and myself, you need to look max a bit right now. I'm a little bit more gifted than others, and I thank the stars for that. I'm not no male model or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Okay. So yeah, looks maxing would be great for me to do, right? Cold approaching. Really and truly, there's 1,000 ways to get women without cold approaching. However, cold approaching, kind of like with cold showers, it's like a don't overthink it, just do it. And this is a great skill to develop as a man, even if you get rejected. And now, rejections, the more rejections you take, the less it means to you. And so this is a great skill to have, actually. No FAP and semen retention. Let's talk about it, bro. I'm a heathen. Okay? I'm a heathen. However, semen retention has benefits that are so untalked about. It makes you look at science and research weird. Honestly, I'm going to be honest here. The level of sharpness, of confidence, of awareness, of you're just in a higher cognitive state when you're retaining yourself, okay? You're keeping that energy in. Just think about a video game. You're fighting. The more blows you do, the more energy bars goes up. And then guess what happens when you get the full energy bar? You get enough to do your ult. But guess what? Some video games have different perks to where when you max out that energy bar, you can get these passive perks that basically improve your gameplay without using your ult. Literally the same. It's literally the same thing, brother. It's the same thing. S tier. But no FAP though. Now let's talk about that. The balancing act of being a heathen while wanting to maximize the benefits of semen retention is an insane balancing act. Okay, it's insane. However, there is a small unspoken lane to ascension. Okay, you have to understand. Intercourse is a skill. The ability to please a woman is a skill that you can learn, that can be improved upon over time. Okay, not having intercourse does not get you better at that skill. To take that sentence and put it to the left with that sentence, right? Not having intercourse does not improve the skill, but not releasing does improve penile health. And so if you are able to be in a position where, also, by the way, nofap includes like intercourse with women. By the way, I'm not just saying this to mean porn, but any release of any kind, because ultimately it's the fluid that has the value here. It's the fluid that has the worth. And so if you're releasing the fluid in a woman, it's the same as releasing it on a sheet or a towel, minus the shaming aspects of watching porn, right? But we're talking about releasing in general. If you can perform the balancing act of having intercourse without releasing, that basically is like the hyperbolic time chamber, where you're not releasing your energy, but you're still training the skill. Okay? Crazy take. But when it comes to releasing, though, I'm going to put this in A tier, right? Like, we're not going to become like sexual recluses and like, oh, let's go back to only missionary. Like, no, bro. Only missionary sucks. All right, we don't want that energy. We don't want to go back to those times. Okay, we are shallow. We are products of the time. Okay, we want to look good. We want to slay. We want to indulge, but we want to do that while still maximizing health. Okay, we still want to maximize health so that we can enjoy it more. Okay? This has been the Duality Pill. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Okay? Let me know what you think about this one. I will see you guys in the next video.